Isn't it ironic that as the sleepers finally awaken from their slumber and release themselves from paralysing fear, that many in the awakened movement seem to be heading in the opposite direction? We need to talk about this. What on earth's going on? What are we going to do about this? Because it's not very helpful as far as I'm concerned. So that's what today's video is about. Now, before I start on this topic, important topic I think, please do subscribe to The Imperfect Individual. I've also got a Telegram group as well, so if you just click the link in the description you can join the Telegram group, and we will begin. So I find this intriguing. If you want to win a war, and yes, we are at war, you don't do it by fixating and obsessing with the enemy. You do it by paying attention to the enemy, of course. Trying to stay a step ahead of the enemy, of course. Realising the enemy's strengths, of course. Realising the enemy's weaknesses, of course. But crucially, you need to have confidence that you're actually going to win the war. So there is required a high degree of positivity. During the D-Day landings in 1944, as the soldiers arrived on the beach of Normandy, many of whom were slayed, there was one lone bagpiper who, in amidst the crashing of gunfire, the hail of bullets, calmly played the bagpipes. That there is true courage. And even he managed to find that inspiration and that confidence and that positivity in the grimmest of situations. And that man survived. We need to remember, we're not yet at that stage. We are not required to disembark boats and run ashore into a hail of bullets. Our danger inflection point right now isn't as serious. Right now. It will be very, very shortly. Which is why right now we need more positivity. Because lo and behold, there are loads of things to be positive about. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Now obviously I'm talking to the awakened group, and I must admit I'm not a massive fan of the term awake. I'm awake. It's a label as far as I'm concerned that I am awake, because who can say that they are awake apart from God? If indeed there is a God. Waking up, paying attention, trying to learn. We can't say we're fully awake. We are not omnipotent. We need to remain humble. We need to realise that actually we can learn something from everybody, including the sleeping masses who are very quickly waking up now, and that's the point of this video. Surely 16, 17, 18 months into this now, surely there needs to be an emphasis on more positivity and acknowledgement of what's already been done, more responsibility with regard to leading the fight, because sharing links and going on and on and on and on and on about the enemy all the time was helpful at the start, yeah, so we can understand what we're up against. It's not now. A modicum of that is fine. But I tell you what's needed. What's needed is less regurgitation of articles and links and videos that I see across all the groups that I'm in. Everyone posting the same stuff all the time. To be honest with you, it's pissing me off. Less regurgitation, right? More creation. How about we start seeing more people creating their own material based on their own perception of what's going on, rather than just sharing something else that someone else has sent to them, which leads to its own problems, and it's part of the reason why we're in this mess in the first place, the information war. No one knows what to trust or who to trust anymore, and I get that because I'm also in that situation. But I'm seeing obsessions with regard to this person can't be trusted because they're controlled opposition. Someone else will say they're not controlled opposition, but this person is controlled opposition. No, they can't be controlled opposition, but you should know that this person is clearly controlled opposition. Who the fuck cares? Of course there's controlled opposition. Of course we don't know who they are, right? One of my subscribers might be controlled opposition. How would I know? That's part of that's part of what war is. Both sides get infiltrated. One side's clearly being infiltrated. It's easier to infiltrate what our side, easier than infiltrate the other side, yes. But stop obsessing over it. We'll never know who is really on our side and who isn't. The only way to make sense, really, of what's going on is to try and crystallise our own thinking based on what we're seeing and hearing ourselves. And if people objectively stand back, not only will they see a lot of negativity in the world, but they'll see positivity, and they will see a light that shines bright against that darkness that is currently enveloping this world. The light's never shone brighter, ever, in my life than it is now. Why focus on the darkness when you can focus on the light? In fact, you have to focus on the light. And you know what? The sleeping masses that we've been so critical of, justifiably, because yes, they've been ridiculously naive, and there's been a lot of cowardice, yes, there's been a lot of ignorance, yes. If they've now woken up to it, forget all that. Forget it. So what? They're on our side. They need us. They don't want more fear. They don't want more fear about what might happen. And let's remember, none of us know exactly what's happening and exactly what's going to happen. And if anyone says that they do, I then don't trust them. I entertain their notion. And I respect people for digging deep and doing the research and presenting a case. These are crucial individuals, but nobody knows the full truth, because the full truth does not exist. Truth is based primarily on perception, which is why personal truth is so important. And personal truth is about authentically, right, commenting on how we see the world, try and take the filters off. Controlled opposition, rumours as well, all the time. I mean, the latest one was doing the rounds yesterday. 3 BA pilots have died after having the jab. Have they though? Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. What are you obsessing about it for? What's everyone obsessing about that for? Again, we're all aware of the problem, right? Clearly. We're raising awareness of the problem. Yes, that needs to be done. But we need to be the solution. So, how are people being the solution? Because if you're just fixating all the time, all the fucking time, I must admit, I get fed up of it. And there's me being negative, eh? So, hypocrite warning. But I really do feel like the awakened group is not very awakened. I really do, that's how I feel. Because by now, Yeah, we've realised we're in a war. Yes, we realise we're in a race against time. Yes, we realise we are up against the most incomprehensible, impossible evil to exist, that even probably we can't comprehend the depths of it. Okay, right. So what do you do in that situation then? Do you try and be a beacon of light? Or do you immerse yourself, embroil yourself, and obsess with what the enemy are doing? I'm going to put a link in a description to a video I did a few months ago, which is called "The World Needs to Hear What You Have to Say." Because I am firmly of the opinion the only way we do get out this mess is if people live free. And it could be the case that people who we don't necessarily know, who we wouldn't necessarily say are part of our movement, they may be living freer than many of us at the moment, who are living in paralysing fear about what's going to happen. You know, sharing the links, sharing the videos, slagging everything off all the time. It could well be that there's people we don't know who are living freer, who are more liberated. I remarked on this yesterday about what's going on that we can't see, opposition going on that we can't see, that spontaneously presented itself, of free people refusing to comply, showing civil disobedience, living as free, sovereign individuals in this world dominated by tyranny and groupthink. Let's give them a bit of credit, is what I say. But this is, and again, when I do these videos, I'm talking to myself as much as to my audience. Now, I naturally feel that a lot of my audience are chime with what I say anyway, which obviously that's what I want. I'm talking more about the broader resistance movement, which, as I say, seems to have stagnated, become paralysed by this inertia and this, justified anger. We've got to be careful with anger. Very, very careful with it. It's got to be used sparingly. We can't let it consume us, because it did consume me last summer, and I know it's done that for a lot of other people as well. But once we're past that anger stage, which doesn't last forever, we're angry every single second of every day, we then have a responsibility, as I keep coming back to it, to be the light. Please look at the video I did a few months ago then. The world needs to hear what you have to say. Make sense of the world and contribute in the best possible way, I would say, by creating something and sharing it. Not only will it crystallise your thinking, it will act as therapy for you. It will contribute to the reservoir of ideas and solutions. And there is a reservoir of ideas and solutions. I'm saying we need to make that reservoir deeper, bigger. And most of all, it'll have a profound effect on people who you know when they see that you're doing this. So I'll put a link in the description below. So, where are we going to go from here? Are we going to be the guide, try and be the guide and light as best we can, not by lecturing people, not by berating people, not by mindlessly sharing links all the time, arguing over what's real, what's not, arguing over who's controlled opposition and what's not, arguing whether something's true or not. You're never going to know. We're never going to know. Our job is to do what we can as an individual to be a force, a positive force in this world. And like I say, your light will burn all the brighter at the moment against this darkness. We have to ensure we do not get enveloped in the darkness again. Otherwise we lose. If we step out of that into the real world, look what's going on. Acknowledge the positives. Feel some optimism, at least some. That's how we win. So what I say is, Be careful what you share. Be careful of getting into arguments. Be careful of thinking that you're awake, because you're not. None of us are. We're all trying to learn here. So this is a bit of a... sorry if you don't like me for saying this, but as you know, I don't care. I literally don't give a toss. I just say what I think. And I feel this needs to be said. Talking to myself here as well. It's therapy for me, this. Let's remember to stay positive. The world needs us, the world needs you. All right, speak to you soon. Bye bye.